And today, Miss Schuler is going to talk about helping kids with anxiety. So, kids, people can help you learn what anxiety is, and it's a fight or flight response. It's something that cavemen would have to go through when they were like fighting animals and different things like that. So it's just like sometimes we get nervous about different stuff, and so it's better for people to try to help us cope with the anxiety. And so coping, this is for teachers. So teachers cannot and this is something, teachers cannot diagnose you with anything unless they want to get you tested for it, because it will actually have to come out of their pockets. So that's something that teachers don't know. You can actually be sued for it. So don't always try to diagnose anybody with anything. You can't, and you can keep it to yourself. You don't have to actually give them a full diagnosis. You could just say, "Oh, this kid needs a fight or flight response." So don't always try to give them a diagnosis and you don't have real evidence of it. You can get them tested for it, and that's it, because you could be sued for it. So let me see. I'm trying to go and find where I'm at with this. So anyway, I don't ever know how to work Pinterest. Like, I'm so fucking old, y'all. It is beyond me. So I have this perfect graphic of how to help kids cope with anxiety. And now I can't get back to what I gotta do. Here it is. Okay. I just kept messing everything up. So that is it. So that is what I will be talking about today. I thought this stuff was in alphabetical order. Oh, it's just in the order that. Here it is. So be sure you're not diagnosing people with things, and you can't. I just do it now because I know if somebody out there wants me to lose my certification. But anyway, I'm mostly 100%. I'm right. I'm usually 100% right. So who cares? Because that's the other case. If you did diagnose them correctly and you win, you don't owe anybody anything. But they owe themselves a trip to the hospital. Okay, so today I'm eating at McDonald's. And I love cheeseburgers with french fries on it, but today I got a chicken sandwich. Okay. So, encourage autonomy and independence. The reason why you're doing this is because most of the time that person needs time by themselves. Most teachers create like a little corner where they have stuff they can go play with if they get in trouble, because everything does not cause for me to put you in a timeout or whatever. Let's give you a break corner. So you can start off in a space and spend some time alone. And sometimes that's it. You're teaching them to learn to love themselves and self-care. That's what you can call a self-care corner. But that's the first thing. Introduce worry time into your students' day. Like I said, sometimes they get this stir into space. And worry time is just like, for me, I tell my kids was always like, I gotta create a list. Oh my God, I gotta create a list. And it is the truth. So what I do is I try to. Ain't none shine. It's smart, but yeah, I'm mad. I try to get them to create a list. So it's like now I can write down all the stuff I want to do, all my ideas. I can write down all these different things, and there is my list. So now that's my worry time. Like now my worry time has turned into a list of things that I could do. So now I don't have to worry about those things. Now these things are listed, and I can tackle them in a positive way. And I can take it off. I can see it. You can have worry time where they draw everything they think about and what they have to do. You can have journal time. With my class, we created journal time every morning, and this is due to Region 10. This is how they taught me as a teacher. So we would just have journal time when we first get in. We just create a journal, and then we'll switch journals and read each other's if we want to. If they don't want them to read, they'll close the page up, and then that way we never read it. And you have to keep it closed. You can't go back and read the paper because you feel like you want to know their secrets. You don't supposed to. It's theirs. That's it. Close it and leave it alone. It's not for you to go back and peek at, or, oh, that was so cute, and this, that, and the other. I don't care. If they closed it so you don't read it, you don't read it. You have to have integrity in your teaching. Because a lot of y'all too nosy. And you try to create, because they could be lying. Good morning. Hey, they could be lying. So it's like, whatever they did, if they close it up, that's how you keep it. Next. Teach students about self-talk and how to develop helpful. I'm sorry. Teach students about self-talk and how to develop helpful thinking strategies. So, you can do this first by giving them compliments. I always try to tell my kids at least 5 students a day. I tell them something great about themselves. Pick another 5 students to do some chores for you or whatever to help you with the morning routine. You see what I'm saying? So every day, those students, you can pick 3 things that you want them to do. So maybe you tell them something great about themselves, right? Then the next thing, the other routine you can put in is like, so if you got 20 students, create 4 routines for yourself and for them. So, and all of it is created by you. You see? So then every day you switch these students and let them see. You could do like a random board or whatever if you got their names in there. So you can randomly call them. Or you can make a list of how it's supposed to go. And just switch it so they don't really figure it out. They don't figure out the pattern. But 5 students to tell them something great about their own personality, especially if you have a class just for yourself. What is it? Like an elementary class. Pick 5 students to help you do something in the classroom. Pick 5 students. You can have jobs, whatever. But it's like, that helps create a good self-talk. And when they start to say something bad about themselves, if it's not true. Now listen, if it's true, if a kid is jealous and they say, I'm so jealous, I act so jealous. Okay, tell them. You do. You act jealous at times and you have to stop. But if they don't do it, stop them. No, you don't act jealous. You're actually a good friend because of this, this, and that. Yes, you do act jealous because of this, this, and that. And now you will fix it by doing this, this, and that. You see what I'm saying? When you feel that feeling, then this is what you do. So you have to help them get there. You have to teach them how to do it, and you can emulate that yourself. You see what I'm saying? With bad behaviors that you have and good behaviors, because Region 10. Now that part I didn't get from Region 10. I got that from myself. Because some people won't tell you they bad behaviors. You see what I'm saying? Some people just act like they so perfect. You don't have to be perfect. And I let them know, like, I'm so disorganized. And so I let them teach me organization. Even though I'm an organized person. Teach students, and that's what I'm saying, teach students about thinking errors they are making. About errors they are making. Okay, so again, errors, like I said, my son had this teacher that didn't get them erasers. If they made a mistake, they just cross it out with an X. He don't even care. That is like one of the biggest things a teacher can teach you. Create a mental health friendly classroom environment. So it's like, oh my God, I feel dizzy. This is anxiety. I need to sit down and think about it. Maybe I need to go to the corner and play for a little while. Support students with identifying their triggers. The kids will tell you, I do not like him. I do not want to sit next to him. Y'all, you just have to go through this. And once you go through this at the beginning of the school year, you're going to have to say, we are family. And in this classroom, we can't change it. Now, at home, you can change it. At home, you don't have to live with a thief. You can put the thief out your house. At home, you don't have to live with it. You say, but in school, you have to. Like, sometimes that's what happens. So, we would just create a classroom where we have to recognize that this is our shortcomings. And so, like I say, spur the rod, spoil the child, but you encourage the child. So if they stole something, I'll be like, I don't like you right now. And today you will not be talking to me. I punish the child. And the next day, I don't act like I forgot about it. I actually tell the child, you know what, but today you're going to do better. So it's like, don't sit there and just let your kids run it. run amok without somebody saying something. And you don't have to sit in there and holler. You just got to sit down and talk to them. And that's it. So that's all. That's like, make sure you create that type of place for them. Support students with with triggers. So the students will actually tell you their triggers and recognize it. Don't tell them that they have to do this. You see? Because it's not something they have to do. It's just a part of what the type of environment they in at that time. That's not something, and I always tell them, this is what you're going to do inside the classroom. You don't have to do that outside this classroom, because some of my kids say, when we get home, we can't be nice to the people in our neighborhood. I tell them I know that. So don't be nice to the people in your neighborhood. You just be nice to the people in the classroom. I'm not asking you to be nice outside this classroom. I'm asking you to be nice inside this classroom. And then whatever attitude problem you have outside of here, that is not my business. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to change the whole world and your whole life. I'm here to change, because you have to face their reality. And that's it. Encourage autonomy and independence. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. They put that on there twice. But that's what I'm saying. Let them have their space. And you have to listen. And they have to listen to. And not every time. And listen, if you get mad at a kid, they will try to get mad at the kid too. As a group. They will try to mob the kid. Don't let them mob either. I had to stop them from that too. If I said something to them, honey, that's going to be the last time it's being said. It's by me. Not by anybody else. Have a good referral system in place. That means we're going to give good referrals. I have yet to count. I'm talking about, I haven't written over 5 referrals in my lifetime. As a teacher, as a sub, and as a teacher, 5 referrals. And I've been teaching for a lot of years. And every referral was because of a fight or an attack. That's it. I've been teaching since, what year? I've been teaching since 2003. And it's 20, and I just stopped in 2019. 5 referrals. 5. Listen to your student. Be patient and supportive. And that's what I'm saying. Listen. If you can't listen, make sure you have somebody in class that can communicate with you and help you make decisions. If you have a good student like that, then let them listen and help them make decisions. And it's not going to always be your smartest student. It might be your social student, because your social student is nosy enough to know how to keep your class going. Make sure students are getting enough sleep. Talk to them about it. If they need a nap, I let them take one. We can finish at lunchtime. I don't care. Educate students about anxiety and how it works, the fight or flight response, and tell them that that's what it is. It's just something that helps you survive, and it's okay. Teach students some relaxation skills, such as deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation. And so now they do that with growth mindset, where you breathe in and breathe out. And you can get yoga cards, and they'll teach you all the different breaths. S breath, bear breath, lion breath, tiger breath. They got so many different ones. Help students to problem solve effectively. And that's the truth. Help them problem solve effectively. Don't just half-ass that, because that is math. So math should be taught all day. Science should be taught all day. Like math and science can be taught within reading too, and social studies. So problem solving, that's your word problems. That's your relational thinking. So your relational thinking can be used all day, and that is math. Even when you are just using it in the reading or in life subjects or whatever, that is your problem solving. So tell them that they always good at math. Even if they bad with numbers, they can be good at math, because that's still solving a problem. Support students to develop good eating habits. In my class, I did this, but I'm just a fruit person. But I always eat like fruits and vegetables, and that's my snacks that I'm just like, and I drink water and all the different stuff. But so what if you have some high fructose corn syrup every once in a while, honey? Just have it. Just have it, and make sure they go to gym. Provide students with some simple self-care strategies. Make gym really important. So provide students with some simple self-care strategies. If you get the yoga cards and put that into your routine, so that can be one of your 4 things. Like you can have 5 yoga cards and have them practice it for the next day. You see? And so then they can come in and practice their yoga card and be like, okay, this is what I'm teaching them today. You see, I'm teaching the S breath. I'm teaching the tiger breath. So that's another way to help them with the self-esteem and to help them see if they are good managers and all that good stuff. You see? To help them be physical. All this stuff kind of goes in with it. and then help students find time to relax. So one thing we used to do is I pick a story, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid or something like that, and when we come back from recess, I read it so they can calm down. So because they gonna be hustling, bustling, and when they get in there, they will be like, "Come on, read the story." And when you read the story to give them a gimmick, we read this story called Quiet Place, and they would sit under their desk and read it. They would sit under the desk and relax while I read. It was another story we did, Rocks of Boxing. We created Rocks of Boxing in our classroom. We put stuff around our desk like jewels, all this different stuff, and created it in the classroom. So it's like everything you do, give it a gimmick, and then that way it will be a lifelong activity, because within that activity you can do all of those things to stop anxiety in your classroom. And so that's it. And the main part of this is you do not diagnose them with anything. You just help them get through it. And if one kid has anxiety in your classroom, you need to make it an anxiety classroom, because it will help everybody. That is why I always look at special education for everything, because they learn so much, and it's so good for an entire classroom. It's not just good for that one child. It's good for every kid in the classroom, because even though they smart, you still may not know what they're going through. And that's it. That's coming from a kid that was smart and nobody knew what I was going through. So anyway, that's it. It's Shantae, Brown Sugar Talk under Shaketi Ed, telling you that there is always a good way to help kids with anxiety. Have a good day.